Okay, welcome back in on today's Wellness Report. A major resurgence of the measles is making its way throughout the United States with no signs of slowing down. Now, the CDC is confirming that as of November 18th, a total of 1,753 confirmed measles cases were reported in the United States, with 87% of the confirmed cases being associated with an outbreak.
Health officials are now linking a measles outbreak in Texas with others in Utah and also Arizona. The New York Times obtained a phone call recording among officials from the CDC and state health departments, learning that the chain of transmission began in January in a Mennonite group on the western edge of Texas before spreading to Oklahoma and New Mexico.
And with holiday travel and gatherings approaching, doctors worry that transmission could escalate. And if measles continues to spread through January 20th, that will mark a year of sustained transmission, meaning the United States is very close to losing its elimination status for the vaccine preventable disease. Now, Canada lost its status earlier this month, ending a 27-year run after failing to control an outbreak that began in October of 2024.
Measles is highly contagious and can be serious in all age groups. However, the groups most likely to suffer from measles complication include kids younger than 5 years of age, adults older than 20 years of age, pregnant women, and also people with weakened immune systems.
Joining us now to weigh in, Chief Patent Officer at the Wellness Company and globally recognized addiction medicine specialist, Dr. Drew Pinsky. Dr. Drew, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Talk about it, the measles. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different issues to address here. One is we really need to restore people's faith in vaccine therapies, and that's exactly what HHS is attempting to do. They're trying to go out there and get the data so people that are hesitant will follow through with the vaccines where there's clearly a benefit relative to the risk. And I think measles is going to be one of those. Kat, you asked me before the mics heated up whether adults should get measles vaccine. There is some indication on the adult vaccine schedule for certain age groups, so be sure to talk to your doctor about that. But there's an adult vaccine schedule just the way there is a childhood vaccine schedule. And talk to your doctor, discuss risk reward, benefit analysis against the risk. But in adults, vaccine therapies are very, very, very effective with very limited downside.
Now, what should people who may be traveling for the holidays or who are listening to us right now who may think, how can I not get measles? I would assume the first step was, well, make sure you're vaccinated. Is that correct?
That's it. Vaccine is aerosolized, much like COVID. I've heard people say that somebody who coughed in a grocery aisle with measles, that aisle could be infectious for 2 hours afterwards. So measles is highly contagious if you're not properly vaccinated. It's pretty nasty as an adult. But I wanted to, Bob, you said something about the status we're losing. That whole status phenomenon is only something that's been around for about 20 years. It's not like this has been around since Francis Bacon. It was something invented, to sort of give people a sense of how they were doing. The fact is we've had 1,400 measles out cases in the past. We've had 700 cases. On average, about 10% get hospitalized. It's very rare to die of measles these days. So don't panic. That's the one thing I don't want to do. Don't panic, everybody, all right?
That's good, because that was what I was going to ask you, so I want you to expand on that. If you get measles, does that mean the end of the world? I don't think it does. But you said it's nasty for adults, so you might not want to get it as an adult, obviously. Here, talk about that.
Yeah, it is nasty. Make sure you're properly vaccinated. The age at which you were born determines whether you're vaccinated. I got revaccinated. I had no side effects from the vaccine. So talk to your doctor about that for sure. And, pertussis is something that flies around once in a while. So it's whooping cough, so-called, and adults get that too. So again, something worth making sure you're fully updated on your vaccines.
Yeah, I like how you pointed out there is an adult vaccination schedule too, just like there is for kids. So check with your doctor. I do want to turn to this, Dr. Drew. Scientists at Tokyo Metropolitan University say they may have found a way to stop damage from Alzheimer's disease before it even starts by, they're using the word, melting protein clusters that are thought to be the early triggers of the disease. However, of course, more research into the safety of the procedure needs to be done. It's always exciting when you hear some of these early scientific tests being done. Your thoughts on this?
I'd be very careful what we report in the press. There's no such thing as a science headline. The tau protein that they're talking about, we've known that there's a target for a long time. There are other therapeutics that have been invented to go after that. It's an intracellular protein folding as opposed to the beta amyloid plaques that come later. Neurologists they do believe they're having some good benefit with this, but you shouldn't worry about that. This is in the weeds. What you should worry about is making sure your blood sugar is under control. You don't use alcohol. You don't smoke.